Hey everyone, Mano back here with another Destiny 2 strategy guide. We're going to show you how to get both of the raid chests inside of the Deep Stone Crypt solo after patch 3.0.2, which dropped on January 19th, 2021. So a number of the different glitches that people were using to get the raid chests have been fixed. So the first one was where you could actually put the Sparrow slightly outside the heat shield, jump on it, and then you would not get frostbite. However, that has now been fixed. So instead, there is a new strategy. What you're going to do is go outside the second door, as you see here on screen, jump off your Sparrow and jump back inside. What you're going to do is go ahead and open the door one more time and hop on your Sparrow again. You'll find that once you leave the heat shield, you'll lose shelter from the storm, but if you do it correctly, you also will not have any frostbite building, and you can go through this entire area without having to worry about frostbite killing you. This means you're free to proceed at your own speed. I'm going to go ahead and show you the path here, since this is a newer video that many people will probably check into. As soon as you go to the second heat shield, you go past these mines area here. You'll go forward. As you go forward up the hill on this next part, try to weave between the one on the left hand side and the right side, and then hold right to make sure that you don't fly off the edge. When you get to this heat bubble, go ahead and go forward to the light, take a slight left, and you will see lights off in the distance. They may be faint, but head towards those lights. Then take a right. You'll see an anchor point up by one of the heat shields. What you're going to do next, if you are trying to find your way to go through, is kind of look at where the wind is blowing. That is basically going to point you to the area that you need to go next. There will also be a light off in the distance, which is also very similar to where you need to go. There'll be some platforms that you can move on to, and to be honest with you, you don't even need to boost to stay on them. You can just move forward with your Sparrow. What you're going to do here is go forward and a little bit to the right, so you dodge the mine. Go to the left side of this light and just weave your way through. Once you find your way here, that is the second to last heat shield in this area. Now just make your way through this entire area where you have all the little caves and little nooks and crannies where you can go to. There will be a couple of mines that you'll need to avoid, but just stay to the far left or the far right side. Now when you come to these lights here, there will be a set of 2 lights and 3 lights. The 3 lights are where you are looking to get off your Sparrow and move to the next part. If you go to the right side of those 3 lights, you'll find the opening to the first chest in Deep Stone Crypt right there, as well as all the enemies by the final heat shield right there. So we're moving on up over into this area, and you can pick up the chests. You can do this on all 3 characters. You just have to make sure that you get the Frostbite Glitch to work for all of them. What you'll do now is you'll move over to get the second raid chest. We're going to move into the second encounter, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that we bring our Sparrow back in with us. This is actually very critical, and I'm going to start with my Titan doing a new glitch. And we're going to go ahead and show you what you need to do. A couple of things you're going to need for this. For both of these techniques, both with the Titan and the Hunter, you are going to need to make sure that you have the heavy grenade launcher Salvation's Grip so that you can glitch through. What you're going to do is grab as much ammunition as you can possibly get for your Salvation's Grip, and you want to make sure that you don't lose your Sparrow. If you do lose your Sparrow, just go outside the building and pick it up again, but the Sparrow is critical. We're going to do a technique called Sparrow Glitching, and what we're going to do is take our Sparrow and put it like you see here on screen, make it look exactly like that. Now you need to make sure for your Titan that you are on Code of the Missile, but also on Catapult Lift, because what you're going to do is hop off your Sparrow and hold left. As you do that, you're going to come outside of the wall, and you'll need to make sure that you use Catapult Lift to get enough height to get on top of this platform here. Once you do that, you don't necessarily need to use Catapult Lift. You can go ahead and switch it back if you'd like. It will make some things a little bit easier for you, but basically what you're going to do is follow the path that you see here on screen. It's a very similar path to what you had seen in some of my other raid chest videos, but basically what you need to do is come around this corner. This is the slight blind corner here. And then there is the platform that we used to jump onto before they fixed all the glitches. And then you come over here. There will be some ledges here. And now you do the running piece just like you did in the other videos. If you don't know how to do that, What you're going to do is follow the path that you see here on screen. What you're going to do next is once you are in clarity control, you're going to hop on this platform that you see here. This is the second from the bottom kind of white diagonal platform. Once you do that, you are going to find the pipe on the other side of this area filled with black liquid, and you're going to climb that. If you are having problems climbing the pipe, you can go ahead and use all the little areas here to go ahead and jump on top of. In fact, I use those for a lot of checkpoints with my hunters specifically. Now for Titan, I've had some people say that they do a pretty good job using catapult lift. Some people like using strafe lift for this. It's your priority, but the most important thing is that you use the catapult lift when you're going through the first section here. Now, if you try to go too far, too fast, you can see here that you'll actually start to fall down the pipe again. The best way to do it is just to keep pushing forward and keep moving as far as you can when you can, and don't try to rush. Get on top of these platforms to the right and the left of the pipe, and then you'll find yourself here on this spot. What you're going to do is turn back around and aim to jump over in that area that I just shot on screen. When you come over to this area, you'll do a blind jump around to this door. When you go through that door, you are now going to basically be loaded into the new Rapture part of the map. Right here, when you get to this part, you'll either load in like you can see here on screen, and you'll see Rapture on the left-hand side of your screen, or you'll die and then you'll get loaded into the Rapture side of the screen. Don't worry if you die, you can just basically restart and then end up going through the Rapture part. And basically what you're going to do is go backwards out into the outer space area in the Deep Stone Crypt. Now here is where Salvation's grip is going to be critical. What you're going to need to do is basically back yourself into the corner here that you can see here on screen. You're going to back up into that corner. Again, Salvation's grip is really important. Most importantly, what you're going to need to do is use Thunder Crash on Code of the Missile as well for the Titan glitch with the new out of bounds. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and aim the crystals that are uncharged at certain areas. Do you see this line that I am aiming at right there? Aim for that line right there, and then you'll see this crook in the wall where those two lines intersect. Aim just a little bit to the right of that and hold backwards on whatever your controller or your keyboard is, and then go ahead and Thunder Crash through. It will take you through that door. Now, at this second door, you'll have to use your super again, but you're going to use the same technique where you use that line on the ground as well as that nook in the door. Now, the reason I'm talking about this really specifically is because sometimes in my other glitch videos, some people were struggling with that particular part. So I wanted to make sure I really detail where you should be shooting. Some people were just saying aim at your foot. Some people were saying aim at the wall. Some people were saying aim a little bit farther out. If you do that and put the ice crystals specifically where I tell you to, you will be able to glitch through very, very quickly. Again, all we're doing is letting our super build up here at this point because we're going to need to use our super once again. We're going to repeat the process one more time just to get through the second door. Once your super is charged up and ready to go ahead and aim yourself back into the corner. Go ahead again, aim at that line that you can see here right on screen, the line right aimed where you can see my reticle. Go ahead, shoot there, look for the crook of that spot, aim a little bit to the right there. Go ahead and shoot that, and then hold backwards and a little bit to the left, super your way through, and you will be on your way to the second raid chest. I'm going to go ahead and just show you where to go for the second raid chest, but I'm going to talk through a couple of things just to make sure that everyone is good to go on the Titan. Now, if you are on console, I've had some of my players and some of my folks who've actually commented in the video say that they struggled in particular trying to place those different ice crystals. So I hope that placing those crystals right there is going to be a really good spot. Sometimes people were saying aim at your foot, but if you do this, I had absolutely no issues glitching through this door. In fact, I was able to do it first try every time I did it, aiming specifically at those spots. Now, if you are on controller or you're on something that is lower frame rates, like say for example a PS4 or an Xbox One, there may be some issues where you may have to be a little bit more finicky with the way that you pull back on your joystick as you glitch through the map. What you may need to do is again pull back a little bit to the left and pull back strong as you do this. And then when you do that, you should be good to go. If you're having problems jumping through any of these puzzles, if you are on a Titan or a Hunter, using some kind of an exotic like Lion Rampants or Stompies will help you get to the different chests. Right there is our second chest on the Titan, and you will be good to go. Next up is our Hunter. You will need to be on the Stasis Revenant subclass, and you'll need to make sure that you're on triple jump to make this happen. It is a very similar technique to what you did on the Titan, but there are some slight differences, and I'm going to go ahead and go through those things now. So the first glitch is nothing special. So we're going to go ahead and just show you the second raid chest again, just so you understand how to do it. Again, hop off your Sparrow, go ahead and get as much ammo as you can for your Salvation's Grip. And for the out of bounds, you're going to do just a little bit something different. Because the way the Hunter jump works, what you're going to do is just basically jump around to the top of this platform. Again, aim your Sparrow just like this and hold left and jump out here. And then you'll need to use the Hunter jumps to make sure that you are good to go and you land on these platforms. After that, it is very similar to the point where you need to glitch in. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next part. Again, here is the blind jump here. This is probably the longest jump that you'll need to do, so just be careful so you can make it over to this spot, over to this spot that has snow on it, and then you're on your way again over through clarity control and the pipes with the black liquid in them. Now, I want to share a little bit of extra knowledge for you. I found that the Hunter can be a little finicky in trying to make it up and down the pipe just because you might sometimes have increased mobility. I'd really recommend that if you have the ability to make sure that you're wearing Stompies and that you don't try to rush through this. Now, I'm going to actually show you what will happen if you go too far down and how you're going to recover. So like right here, I'm going to get a lot of inertia. I'm going to try and make it to the sides of these platforms here, but I'll actually fall down here in just a second. I'll show you what you can do to help counteract that. Now, if you start to have a problem where you're not having your jump reset, it may be because you are not hitting the ground anywhere in the areas here. Like you see, I can climb up on that spot or on the edges of those pipes. It's better to take a second and get your footing on those different platforms than to try and just rush and mash the jump button. Be really, really precise in how you're going to jump, and you will be good to go. So like right here, I'm going to get to the top of this pipe, push forward, get a couple of jumps, get over to the spots here, catch my footing, and then rinse and repeat until I get up to the very top. Right here, I'm going to aim for this little spot right here. I'm going to move up to the next platform. You can see it's just a little bit easier to do that with the Hunter versus the Titan. Rinse and repeat exactly like you did before. Head back to this spot over here. Go down over through the blind jump to this door that is around the corner. And here you'll see that I actually am going to die at this part before I load into Rapture, and you'll see that it's not a big deal at all. Sometimes if you just load in a little too fast or there's a frame issue or something like that, you'll end up killing yourself here, but it's no big deal because you just revive yourself, turn around, and go back the way you were going anyway. Once you head into this purple control room, you're almost there. Very similar to how we did the Titan glitch, you're going to need to make sure that you have Salvation's Grip on. And instead of using the code of the missile, what we're going to do is the Stasis subclass for the Hunter. And it's the same procedure again. You're going to go ahead and take a look at the wall, make sure that you're set up there. We're going to use that spot here as well as this line here on the ground. Aim yourself right. Make sure you've got the Revenant subclass on. It doesn't matter what jump you have, but make sure you've got that set. Make sure you have Salvation's Grip and make sure it is a non-charged shot. Aim for that spot right there, uncharged. Make sure you don't aim for your foot. That's not what we're going for. Aim for this line right here and aim it right about where you see it on screen. There is where the two lines intersect. Move just a little bit to the right there, and you'll actually see that sometimes you might actually get knocked out of your crystals. If that happens, just smash the crystals, line yourself back up again, be patient with yourself, and then go ahead and make sure you're set and do it again. After you do that, hold backwards and to the left to make sure that you are holding backwards through the door, and you will be able to glitch through. Once we have our super, we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing that we did last time. We're going to go ahead and line ourselves up with the line on the ground, Make sure that we get the intersected lines over on the door, and then rinse and repeat. Again, make sure you're not using a charged shot. I do know that some folks were telling me that they accidentally did some charged shots and it wasted some shots. Just make sure you're using an uncharged shot. Aim for those 2 spots specifically. Make sure you're aiming backwards and you rotate your body so you're backwards and a little bit to the left of the door, and you're good to go. Go ahead and follow the path you see here on screen, and your hunter will also be able to get the raid loot and the Spoils of Conquest. That is what this is mainly for, is farming Spoils of Conquest. If you're one of those players that is struggling to find a raid team, or maybe you're trying to just get like a Fellwinter's Lie or an Anarchy or some of the other exotics that are at the kiosk, this is a great way to build that up. So folks, if you did like something in this video, make sure you leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've been searching for. What are you farming spoils for? I'd like to hear what you thought. If you're having questions or you need more help on that, make sure you leave a comment, or you can check out our community Discord. The link for that is in the description box below. You can feel free to leave some questions there. Me, my mods, and Sherpas are all there, as well as the rest of the community. And we're over 3,000 people, and we'd love to have you come and join us. We do have some LFGs, or we're looking for groups for all the different platforms that Destiny is on. And you can go ahead and find some other folks to possibly play with. If you did like something in this video, a positive rating is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to share this with other people, that really helps out. But also, if you leave a comment and a like, it helps the YouTube algorithm let everyone know that this is a really great piece of content to share with other people who enjoy playing Destiny. And if you did like it, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss any of my other videos. I'm going to be doing some seal videos as well as some guides for the Hawkmoon mission and some other things like that, so you don't want to miss that. If you are ever wanting to check out some stuff that I do live, I do lots of raid help, PvE help, as well as some PvP fun things over on twitch.tv/manoduster777. We'd love to have you come join the community. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Good hunting, Guardians. I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.